The classroom was busy and some students were writing notes, and some were focusing on the teacher while he was writing something on the board and explaining the lesson. Vine was writing her notes and occasionally looking at the teacher. But suddenly a door creaked loudly, causing a disturbance everyone, including Vaughn, turned their attention to the door. A handsome guy stepped in calmly, his hands in his pants pockets, as if the college belonged to him and he could enter whenever he wanted. The girls were drooling at the sight of Tree, but Vian's face showed a bit of disinterest in it. She shook her head and looked down at her notes and continued writing. The teacher crossed his arms and asked Tree, "What's the time now?" "Sir, when I was coming, my cart walked coming, so I walked here." "Okay, sit down." The teacher turned his back to them and faced the board, explaining the lesson. They was searching for someone and Jubals moved aside, offering him a seat beside them. But he rolled his eyes at them and kept searching until he saw Vine in the second row, minding her own business. He smiled and walked over to her. He sat beside her, expecting her to look at him, but she didn't. Then he glanced at what she was writing and spoke to her quietly. "Hey, what are you writing?" She didn't respond to him, knowing that if she spoke back, he wouldn't leave her alone. He squinted his eyes at her and smiled, knowing exactly how to trigger her to get her attention. "Are you writing a love letter for me already?" "What, me?" She glanced at him quickly, speaking in low tones so she wouldn't disturb the class. "Of course you are, baby girl." He winked at her, taking her notebook in his hands, wanting to read it. "Tay, give it back to me." "It's okay, baby girl. Let me read it too." "Stop calling me baby girl." She tried to pull her note back from him, but he stretched his hand back, teasing her. "I'll call you with so many nicknames as I want. My cutie, darling baby girl. Stop it." She suddenly yelled, and the teacher paused the lesson and to look at her. She swallowed nervously as everyone stared at her in silence. "Sir, they was disturbing me, so I could." "Both of you get out of my class and stand outside for an hour." Tay and Vaughn were standing outside the classroom and she glanced at him angrily. "You!" She pointed at him, flashing her tail. He shrugged his shoulders and pointing at himself. "Yes, me? Can't you control yourself with me standing beside you? What the? Gonna kiss me?" "Enough of the nonsense. Do you want to die by my hands?" She clenched her fist and ready to punch him, but he quickly grabbed her wrist, pulling her toward the cold wall, pinning her there, grabbing her. He placed his hand against the wound. She swallowed, her heart racing as she saw him so close, feeling as if it were an intimate moment. "Why do you want to touch me so badly, baby girl?" "Hello, I didn't want to touch you. I wanted to punch you." "Why so serious? Do you know how many girls are claiming my touch here?" "Tell your nonsense to your wife after marriage. Now don't talk to me. You're very annoying." "I'm already telling my wife, but she is not getting it right." "The heck, I'm not your wife." "Who knows? If fate is against you, one thing can happen. I don't believe in the fate." She pushed him back and started walking away. Jay smoked and thinking to himself, "Looks like she doesn't know it yet." "Right, what?" "Yes, we have fixed your marriage with Mrs. Kingston, who is also your classmate." "How could you both decide this? Stop it. It's not going to happen." "We arranged this marriage because the family partnership will merge our business, bringing higher benefits. We are also facing financial issues right now. Just agree to it." "Do you think we are enemies to you?" Of course, you girls are my enemies. But he's my enemy. Always fighting with me and annoying me at least 100 times a day. Absolutely, he will stop all that after the match. We know him well. He's the best match for you. She started feeling anxious, but then an idea popped into her mind. She thought this excuse could stop her marriage. But what about my stories? I can't just marry him. Stop all of this. So, even for your stories, you won't marry him. Yeah? She thought her parents would back off now. But what they said left her speechless. We already discussed this, and Mrs. Kim told us to keep the marriage a secret if it bothers you in jail. No matter how many excuses she provided, her parents silenced her and forced her to marry him, convincing her that everything would be good for her. They assured her that her life would be secure, as well as her family's future. Time skipped after the marriage. Now it's wedding night. Vaughn entered the bedroom slowly, her heart throbbing nervously. Just then she saw Jay standing beside the bed, leaning against the wall with his eyes closed, holding a rose and smiling at humming a song. What is this? He looks like he is fully prepared for the wedding night with me. Oh God, how can I stop him? So he would actually do it with me? No. He sensed her presence and opened his eyes, looking at the spot where she stood, as if he had heard her thoughts. She stared at him with a blank expression, and he smirked at her, dropping the rose. He started walking toward her. She is getting scared and stepping back. One more step back, and you will see how I'll make you end up in bed with me. She immediately froze in place, not daring to move. Where do you think you can escape to? Come and teach your lesson on our wedding night, baby girl. She widened her eyes in shock as she watched him unbutton his shirt. See, you're finally my wife. Will you stay safe not to call you baby girl? He asked while slowly unbuttoning his shirt, taking his time. Do you believe in fate now? As he finished unbuttoning as about to take off his shirt, she panicked and quickly spoke up. Hey no, don't take off your shirt. Why? Just do. I didn't even prepare for this. So? What do you mean so? Let's just sleep alone. We have class tomorrow too. She immediately pretended like she didn't care about what he would say, got under the bed and lay on her side, and closed her eyes tightly. Huh? She is really weird. Does she really think I would do something without giving her that? Let's see how she reacts if I tease her a bit more. He chuckled softly and cleared his throat and spoke. Hey, you aren't going to college tomorrow. When she heard it, she opened her eyes and looked at him in confusion. Why won't I? Because I'll make sure you can't walk tomorrow with your heart section. He winked playfully at her, sending chills down her spine in nervousness. Seeing her reaction, he got under the bed and climbed over her. She quickly placed her hands on his chest, trying to create a petty so he couldn't cling closer. Hey no, I'll scream. I don't care. Mom would probably blush and thinking I'm making a screaming pleasure. The hell, how shameless can you be? Wanna become like me too? No, I don't wanna become an idiot like you. How dare you call me on YouTube? Say sorry. I won't. Oh, okay then. I'll show you what I do when you don't listen. He pretended to take off his shirt. She shut her eyes tightly, in nervous panic, and screamed. Just stop it. No, stop. I'm sorry. He yanked her panic, burst into laughter at how easily she believed he was actually going to do it. She was still keeping her eyes tight closed. Open your pretty eyes, baby girl. I was just kidding. I'm not doing anything. She opened her eyes and felt embarrassed at how easily she had fallen for this trick. You always do something to scare me, don't you? Of course. I love making you react like that. What will you do, Mom? You are dead now. She pushed him off of her and started hitting him with pillows. He laughed dramatically and trying to stop her. Hey, stop it. She didn't listen and kept hitting him with the pillow. But then he smiled. Okay, sorry, Srigla. If Mom hears us, she will think we are doing something. She hesitated at the thought of his mom and then stopped, making a weird face. I'll spare you for now. As if you won't leave me tomorrow night. He chuckled, and she glanced at him. He quickly shut his mouth, watching her place the pillow between them and let out, which left Tay confused. Hey, what the hell is this pillow between us? This is for Miss Safety Initiative. She said it with a smirk, and Tay made a confused face. Oh, so you think this pillow can protect you from me? Of course, yeah. She turned her back to him and lied down. He smiled at her back, thinking to himself, not every day will I listen to you, Mom. He closed his eyes, hugging the pillow. Vaughn was having breakfast and Mrs. Kim was sipping her morning coffee. While watching Vaughn in silence, she hesitated to ask if they had done it on the wedding night or not. Just then Tay walked in and getting ready and spinning the car keys on his index finger. Mom, I'm going to college. Wait until Vaughn finishes her breakfast too. Just then Vaughn finished her breakfast. No, Mom, let him. I'll take the bus. No way. Why do we need to take the bus when your husband can take you to college? Okay, Mom. Come with me, Vaughn. Just as they were about to leave, Mrs. Kim stopped them. What, Mom? Mrs. Kim hesitated, clearly wanting to ask about last night, but Vaughn didn't seem to understand. But Tay noticed and decided to tease her. He purposely unbuttoned the first button of his shirt, revealing his collarbone. Last night I couldn't even sleep properly. My body still hurts. Mrs. Kim blushed as she noticed the bite mark on his collarbone. Why are you lying? She slept like a pig last night. Not even more. Mrs. Kim dramatically pinched Vaughn's cheek, blushing as she spoke. Stop trying to hide it, you not girl. She didn't even let him sleep the whole night, giving him love bites already. What, me? Vaughn was confused, but when she saw Tay's call, her jaw dropped as she met his gaze in disbelief. I thought Vaughn was innocent, but it seems she is not as innocent as she looks. She blushed and quickly left the room. Oh God. Mom, wait. I didn't bite him. But Mrs. Kim had already left and Vaughn turned to Tay, feeling embarrassed. Why did you make those fake bite marks? She was about to throw a punch at him, but Tay stepped back, speaking up. Hey, calm down. I did it because if Mom knows we didn't do it, she would tell your parents. Do you want them to know too? Okay, late. We are getting late on. I'm going. Wait, I'll drop you. No. Days passed into weeks, and Jay never stopped his games with Vaughn. He always found an excuse to annoy her or tease her, but he never crossed the line to force any physical touch. The teacher was scolding Vaughn even before starting the class. She felt very sad. You got very low marks on the test. Your marks were never this low before. What's wrong with you? If you don't have interest in studies, then stop coming to college and get married. Stop wasting my time and your parents' money on studies. What else are you looking for? Go and sit in your place. She nodded, her eyes getting wet, and went to her bench to sit down. When the class was about to start, Jay entered as usual, ignoring everyone who was looking at him with excitement rolling eyes. He spotted one reading and smiled, and went to sit beside her. What are you reading, baby girl? He tried to glance at her, but she ignored him and kept reading. He then tried to pull the book away toward him to read it, but she yelled at him unknowingly. Why are you always disturbing me? Can't you let me be in this? Or do you want me to faint totally? Jay was shocked at how she yelled for the first time, and everyone in the class turned to look at him. What's going on there? Vine realized what she had done. She looked at Jay and noticed his face was filled with sadness and dumbness, something she had never seen before. She was about to speak, but Jay stood up from beside her and moved to another, sitting beside someone else. The teacher ignored them and started the class, but Vaughn looked at him from behind with a pale face. He didn't even look back at her as he was avoiding her. Even as the class went on, she couldn't shake the feeling of guilt, especially seeing how Jay looked at her when she entered. After the class ended, when Jay got up to leave, Vaughn blocked his spot and tried to speak, but he pretended not to notice her and passed by her silently. The whole day, Jay didn't even glance at her. When he was getting into the car, she tried to call him, but he dove. When she came into the room, she saw Jay lying on the bed with his eyes closed. She popped it because he usually didn't go to sleep until she did, and he always teased or argued with her. She slowly walked over to bed and called him. Jay, I'm sorry. I know you aren't a sleeper. Please look at me. Stop avoiding me. It hurts. Jay opened his eyes and sat up straight. Why? If I talk to you, will you just let me get like I'm trying to ruin your career? When he asked her, she made a crying face as tears were about to form in her eyes. He already felt hurt seeing her like that, so he immediately let go of his anger and stood up, holding her shoulders. Hey, what happened? She was telling him why she yelled and how sad she had been feeling. Then he sighed and gripped her shoulders, making her look into his eyes. I really wasn't interested in studies, but I still wanted to finish my graduation. My parents know about this very well too. Even before our marriage, I said my studies would stop if I got married, but they still convinced me to marry because they knew it was just an excuse. Today I could really hurt the way sir scolded me. I want to get good marks to know, but what I can do? I'm losing interest and getting a lot of doubts. If you had any doubts in your studies or needed help, you should have told me already. Did you forget? I'm one of the top students in class. She looked at him as if she just remembered. Then he cupped her face gently, squeezing her cheeks and speaking softly. You're failing basic test, baby girl. From tomorrow, I'll tutor you personally. Wash, how your marks rise. Thank you, she said emotional, but he playfully slapped her out of. Who needs your dance? Just pay me for lessons. She chuckled at his words and he smiled back at her. Unsavvy. He got into the bed and closed his eyes, feeling tired. Vaughn got under the bed as well, but she didn't close her eyes right away. She turned toward him and smiled at him. But he suddenly opened his eyes at her. Then she started smiling and made her face black. So, You refused to marry me. Does that mean you really don't like me? I was scared before marriage that how I would even live with you as you're my husband because you always fight with me. It's not that I hate you, but you didn't just when you ignore me. I couldn't bear it. So you like me then? Me too, he said before finally closing his eyes, and she blushed, turning to herself, then fell asleep beside him. Since that night, they had been giving her lessons and clarifying her doubts during this time. He completely forgot about unknown or teasing her, though the playful games between them had faded. The situations they grew in closeness were slowly changing their dynamic. One, as one as she stopped and looked at her. Esmond, do you want something? Sit here with me. I want to talk with you. Okay, she sat down, and Mrs. Kim called Jay too. He came and sat down beside her, looking confused. Are you taking any birth control to avoid getting pregnant? You both know, right? I have been waiting for so long for a little grandbaby. But why isn't one getting pregnant? Jay went mad and wanted to say they hadn't even started their physical relationship in the marriage card and hadn't planned for a baby either. No, we are sold. Ryan quickly placed her palm on his, which one is like making him stop. Please, don't worry more. Just be patient. Your dream will be fulfilled soon. She nodded and lurched for her arm, and Jake glanced at her with a blank expression. What's going on in your mind, Ryan? I'm prepared for it too. Let's even have your baby too. When he heard this, his lips parted slightly in disbelief. Isn't she the one who said she wasn't ready for it and was gathered too? Are you sure? But what about studies? Yes, I'm 100% sure. And for education, I can easily complete my studies successfully. But with pregnancy, there are so many girls who continue their studies even after getting married, and technique women also go to college. Some take online classes, and there are some more and more ways. I have thought about all that. She whipped on a note closer to him and spoke in a note. You know, if I said this when I thought about it, you would definitely be surprised. What's the? It would be super. There's a kick for me taking you to cliff when I'm 8 months pregnant. If we start the process now, she winked at him. That's it. Jay didn't wait to hear more. He got up quickly and picked her up and replied a start. She wrapped her arms around his neck shower. Baby girl, I can't wait anymore. He kissed her forehead and carried her to the bedroom.